Reason number 1, income versus home price explosion. If it feels like buying a home is becoming impossible, you're not imagining. You're living in a mathematical nightmare. Because while your salary is crawling forward inch by inch, home prices are sprinting ahead like they're in a different universe. And that gap, it's not a small crack, it's a canyon. In the early 2000s, the average home in major cities cost around 4 to 5 times the average yearly income. Today, that same ratio is 12 to 20 times depending on where you live. In cities like Toronto, Sydney, London, San Francisco, even Dubai, you'd need multiple lifetimes of savings just to catch up. And here's the painful part. Even if you double your income, the market still outruns you. A home that cost $200,000 20 years ago now sells for $800,000. But your salary didn't jump from $40,000 to $160,000. It maybe crawled to $55,000, $60,000. You're working harder than ever, for less than ever, and the finish line keeps moving further away. Quick question before we go deeper. Do you think home prices will ever go back to normal? Comment your thoughts. Because here's the twist nobody talks about. It's not just inflation. It's not just demand. Housing has turned into a wealth-building machine for owners and a trap for everyone else. Investors treat homes like assets. Cities limit how much can be built. And your salary? It wasn't designed to keep up with any of it. The system isn't failing. It's working exactly as built, just not for you. And this is only the first reason. The deeper we go, the worse the picture gets. Reason number 2, the interest rate trap. If the gap between your income and home prices wasn't painful enough, reason number 2 is the financial executioner that kills deals right now, the interest rate trap. You might have finally scraped together a down payment, found a house in your budget, and then the Federal Reserve raises rates. And just like that, everything you worked for is instantly wiped out. This is where the math gets brutal. Let's use a simple example. 2 years ago, when rates were around 3.5%, a $2,000 monthly payment could afford you a house priced around $415,000. Today, with rates hovering around 7%, that same $2,000 payment now only qualifies you for a house priced around $280,000. Did the house change? No. Did your income change? Hopefully not down. The only thing that changed was the rate, and it instantly erased $135,000 of your purchasing power. Essentially, you now have to buy a home that's a third cheaper just to stay within the same monthly budget. You are paying twice as much just for the privilege of borrowing the money, forcing you to settle for a smaller, cheaper, or farther away house, or forcing you out of the market entirely. If the current interest rates are what's truly holding you back from buying right now, type TRAP in the comments below. We need to talk about who is buying all those houses that people like us can no longer afford. And that brings us to the most enraging point of all. Reason number 2. Reason number 3. Investors are outbidding you. Just when you think you might finally compete for a home, reality hits hard. Because you're not just up against other families, you're up against cash-rich corporations, hedge funds, and investors with deep pockets who don't blink at sky-high prices. They swoop in, pay cash, and snap up properties faster than most people can even schedule a viewing. Entire neighborhoods are being swallowed up, not by people who want to live there, but by those looking to flip, rent, or convert them into short-term Airbnb machines. It's infuriating, and it's not fair. You're outbid before you even start. You see a house you can almost afford, and then it's gone, purchased by someone who doesn't care about monthly mortgage rates or credit scores. The system rewards those with the most money, not those who need a home. Quick question for you. Have you ever lost out on a house because of a cash buyer or investor? Comment below. I want to know your story. The worst part? These investors aren't just buying 1 or 2 homes. They're buying entire streets. They create artificial scarcity, pushing prices even higher. You're not just competing with another buyer. You're competing with corporations that see homes as money-making machines. And while they win, regular people keep renting longer, saving more slowly, and watching the dream of home ownership slip further away. Next, we'll see how even if you could compete, the interest rate trap could still ruin your chances, making affordability nearly impossible. Reason number 4, zoning laws plus housing shortage. Just when you think the problem is all about money, there's a hidden villain nobody talks about: zoning laws. The city you live in might literally be outlawing your dream home. Rules on lot sizes, height restrictions, and which types of homes can be built have created a system where affordable housing isn't just rare, it's often illegal. In many places, developers can't build smaller, cheaper homes because the law says they can't. You see empty lots and underused spaces, but the law says you can't live here the way you want to. We built cities for cars, not people, and now regular families are paying the price. It gets worse. The shortage of housing isn't just a coincidence, it's engineered. By limiting what can be built, cities drive prices up, creating scarcity that pushes more profits to those who already own homes. Affordable apartments, duplexes, and small houses are often banned, while sprawling mansions and high-end condos get the green light. Your dream home isn't just expensive, it's illegal. Quick question for you. Have you ever searched for a home only to realize nothing you can afford is even allowed to be built in your city? Comment below. I want to hear your story. And the consequences go beyond personal frustration. Cities with tight zoning rules see skyrocketing rents, long commutes, and families pushed to the outskirts. Meanwhile, developers and investors benefit from artificially high demand. Your dream of owning a home isn't just hard, it's obstructed at every turn. And as we move to the next reason, you'll see how government policies and taxes make it even harder to break through this barrier. Reason number 5, the generational wealth gap. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, the dream of owning a home is slipping further away? That's because, for many people today, it's not about effort, it's about the family you're born into. Wealth isn't just earned anymore, it's inherited. Down payment gifts, co-signers, and property passed from one generation to the next give some people a massive head start, while millions of young adults start at zero. Nearly half of young adults now live with their parents, up from 39% in 2000, because buying a home without family help is nearly impossible in many cities. This gap isn't subtle, it's structural. Families that already own property continue to accumulate wealth, while those without generational support fall further behind. Even if two people earn the same salary, the one with family backing can buy a home decades earlier. Quick question for you. Did your family help you with your first home, or are you starting from scratch? Comment below. I want to know how real this gap feels for you. And here's the hard truth. This isn't just about numbers. It shapes your life decisions, your career, where you live, and even when, or if, you start a family. The generational wealth gap makes housing affordability not just a financial challenge, but a social one. And when you see all the reasons stacked together, from exploding prices, to investors, to restrictive laws, it's clear why owning a home has become nearly impossible for millions. Reason number 6, government policies and taxes. We come to our final point, the systemic layer that sits above all the others and seals the fate of first-time buyers. Government policies and taxes. It's a simple truth. The system wasn't built for you. It was built for the people who already own property. Governments at all levels structure incentives to favor homeowners, and especially investors, making it easier to hold wealth than to acquire it. Think about the tax code. Tax incentives heavily favor existing owners. Things like the mortgage interest deduction, which rewards people for taking on massive debt, and the capital gains exemption, which lets owners sell their primary residence tax-free. Investors get even sweeter deals with depreciation write-offs and 1031 exchanges, allowing them to indefinitely defer paying taxes when they sell and buy another property. These are complex loopholes that the average first-time buyer cannot access, but which make it immensely profitable for corporations to scoop up homes. When taxes punish renters and reward property hoarders, the rules of the game are clearly rigged. Every policy decision reinforces the wealth gap and ensures the prices keep going up, leaving you holding the bag and paying the taxes while the wealthy build their dynasties. If you think the tax code is unfair, drop a comment with the word rigged. Knowing the rules is the first step to demanding change. Now that we've covered every reason you'll never afford a house, let's summarize the harsh reality and discuss the one small ray of hope you have left.